Reverend Bob, what does success mean to you?
Success, first and foremost, is seeing this on the telly for me, because it's it's been a short but rocky path to get there. But basically having an idea in here, sticking it through this, and then seeing the end results. So yeah, I've got the most popular show on Men and Motors, car show. Can't say fairer than that, can you?
How did a man of the cloth get involved in the world of petrol heads?
Well, how it was, I was doing a bit of fixing up on the church, because a bit short of cash, doing the jobs myself. It was a bit rainy, a bit like today. Tile slipped, bang, I'm on my back, passing in and out of consciousness. People came over, phoned an ambulance, nothing turned up. We're talking 10, 15, 20 minutes going by. I'm seeing the light here, Steve. Not just, but you know what I mean. I'm going. No ambulance. And then out of the blue, some madhead in a 3-door Sierra Cosworth screeching up, "I'll take the Reverend to the hospital." Again, in and out of consciousness in the back of this car, but I'm thinking, what sort of bloke? And he's doing a fair whack, cheeky speeds, but got me to the hospital. The doctors saved me. I was converted. Modified cars, get stuck into the ways of the big man upstairs. All fell in from there. Cars just fabulous, and it saved me life.
Who do you regard as your flock? Churchgoers or car enthusiasts?
It's kind of expanded, because I've still got the same flock that they had back at the church, because obviously they know the job I do. I'm still following the big man upstairs first and foremost, but now all the modified car lot are seeing that a priest is into this sort of gear. So because some of them are a bit cheeky, a bit naughty, we read about them in the papers, but they're coming over to my way now, following the ways of the big man upstairs. No time for sinners, be they sinning against their fellow man or sinning by driving round in naff motors. So the flock, we've got the usual church-going congregation, and loads of the hot hatches, the modifiers. They just, they're creating a better world for themselves and better cars.
How did some of your parishioners react to seeing you on TV?
There was a little bit of, people weren't quite sure, especially that Men and Motors channel. Again, it has a bad name. The after 11 o'clock time. I'm sure these two lads here, they look like they're familiar with that nighttime viewing. At first, I didn't really agree with it, but it's all about, if you look at beauty, Steve, beauty in yourself. In yourself, you've got the beauty in the cars, but then after 11 o'clock, the beauty in they're beautiful angels. Forget they might be rubbing a bit something down on the pole. That side, they're all people. They've got passion for what they're doing. And if I, get that across to me flock, same as the passion with the lads modifying the cars. Passion makes the world go round. If you see through to that, then you think, yeah, I can see where Bob's coming from. And they knuckle down, listen to the sermons. We're off.
What is your favourite car and how many do you own?
I've actually got 3 cars at the minute. A couple of classics which aren't modified. We're working on, because I've got to keep a bit of it pure and to me roots, because I wasn't always into the modified stuff. I've got a yellow VX 220 which is getting modified at the minute. So as you see, I've got my toe in all the waters there. But anything that that's passionate in a car, not diesels. Sorry, anyone got a diesel? No chance. We've covered a bit of them on the show. They're rubbish. Despite the traffic situations in our country, you can't drive anywhere. I'd rather sit, in a blitzed out Ferrari, Porsche, whatever, than sit in a diesel. To be honest.
Why do people get so passionate about cars that it becomes almost a religion?
A lot of times people are held back. You go to work, you're told this is what you've got to do. You come home, if you've got early indoors giving it this, you're told this is what you've got to do. Laws, regulations, you've got to toe the line. But once you get in your little garage with your motor, you're writing the rule book. You can do what you want with it. There's no one that says, you can't do X, Y, and Z. So you sit in there, you create, a masterpiece. Other people might not like it, but it's yours. You've touched it. It's not come from the factory and Mr. Knacker, whatever his face has said, this is how it's going to look. As if it's a Japanese car, of course. Obviously German, it'd be Wolfgang or something like that. But you get what I'm getting at. Creating your own little thing. It's your personality. No one can touch that unless they nick it. But
does the car theme sometimes creep into your sermons?
Well, we do. We do. Obviously, there's the power of the big man upstairs, which has sometimes become the brake horsepower of the big man upstairs, and yes, the altar, we've had it sort of widened, and we've got a bit of chrome on there now, and the church organ, we've just gone for a massive surround sound system, but it's all about beefing it up. Let's hit the punters, not where it hurts, but let's not pull any punches. If this is what we're saying, let's hit them with it. You know, whether you're modifying your car or modifying your church in your sermons, just forget all this, you know, dancing about and just get in there. Tell them what you're thinking. Job done.
Can you still be as passionate about your calling as about cars?
Of course you can, because like I said, the passion thing, when you ask him what, you know, what the success coming from the head and from the heart. If this is saying, you know, this is good, I might say, oh, this table's fantastic. I could put the same amount of passion into maybe sanding this table down if that's what I was into. That's a rubbish analogy. You can cut that bit out, but you know, it's yeah, the way of a good book. You know, all these various religions saying you can't do that, you can't. Let's just be nice to people. You know, enjoy it. That's a passionate thing. Surely is that not a passionate thing? You're thinking, sure, my arms are aching, aren't they? It's a sound man, you can't see him, but you know, you're passionate about holding that steady until I shut up, aren't you? Yeah, he's just nodding because again he'll be cut out. But it's I'm passionate about, you know, creating a better world, teaching the preachings of the big man upstairs, and cars are my thing, so I'm passionate about that. If you've not got any passion, don't bother doing it.
Tell me about some of the characters you've met on the show.
Last series we did, we had this bloke Stuart Hall. You may have heard of him. He did It's a Knockout and TV presenting, that sort of stuff. Absolute legend. That man has got the best tan you'd ever like to see, the best tan suits. Look at that watch, that's nothing compared to Mr. Stewart's. Yeah, he's an absolute legend. I tell you, there's an Aussie bloke we have on as well, Bob Darwin. Brilliant. He flies over for our low budget tin pot satellite telly show. It doesn't matter, he comes over because he's passionate about it. Totally mad bloke. Used to like wrestle alligators, that sort of stuff. Now he's in car entertainment, and that's what he does. And that's a good example, you see. He's still passionate about his animals, but he's passionate about how his car sounds as well.
I believe America's calling for you as well.
Yes, that's right. We've got hopefully April, May. The people at Men and Motors, obviously knowing where the success lies, they've pitched me 18 shows from the States, and this is going to be a bit different because we're doing 12 on cars and 6 on lap dancing clubs. Because again, they're after the Reverend to show people that these aren't little, you know, these aren't little centres of sin, you know, little hives of vice. They're not. They're just lovely young ladies, just earning a decent wage. And I'm sure there's a few clergy in there, you know, checking them out and getting some spiritual guidance as well. And you know, and obviously it's good for the, you know, for the forearm toning. And if you sat there on your holy water watching these ladies cavort, it's brilliant. So we're going to be reporting on that from the States, and you can see it on Men and Motors channel 139. Thanks very much.
Apart from the good book, are the books you can recommend to others?
Funny you should say that, Steve. I brought a couple with me, wasn't rehearsed. So the first one is Women Are From Venus. Now this is obviously a shortened version of a bigger book. Men are from Mars, Women Are From Venus. But this is the only bit you need. You don't even need to read it because it says on the cover what we all suspect, that all women are aliens. As much as we love them, they're from another planet. So there you go. You can glue it up. You don't have to open it at all. That's still on. But I was going to say joking aside, but I'm not joking. They're all mad. The Magic of Thinking Big. Now then, my father many years ago bought me a copy of this book from a car boot sale. Gave it me for Christmas. He's a generous sort. I didn't read it because I thought, what, you know, these motivational books. And then one day I read it, turned my life round. So there he is, David Schwartz, absolutely legendary book. Honestly, have you read it?
No.
Right, that's why he's sat in here with me then. If you'd have read it, Steve, it'd be Tom Cruise sat here now. Yeah, George Clooney, you name it. Maybe even Stuart Hall himself would be here. Not Reverend Bob off the satellite telly. Self-deprecation is a wonderful thing, but what I'm saying is, you lads as well, you'd have a stand to hold that mic if you'd read that book. It's absolutely brilliant. Very cheesy, but it changed my life.
Are there any aspirations left for Reverend Bob?
Aspirations. Bit more on terrestrial telly, won't go amiss. You know, the old Wogan type shows, you know, that sort of thing. Who's, you know, Newman and Baddiel, all them kind of things. But just create a better place, you know, world peace, you know, and solving diseases, all that kind of stuff. It's not going to happen, not from these hands anyway. But if you can create a bit of happiness and show people that you're genuine about what you're doing, they go away thinking, what a top bloke, I'd like to send him some money. Fabulous, job done.